What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast. So today in the world of indie games, we're checking out Before We Leave. Kind of a quiet little post-apocalyptic city builder where people emerge from their underground shelter in order to rebuild the Earth and get to the point where we can find a new planet by building a spaceship. It's not a game where you're going to be fighting against a lot of threats. There's not going to be hostiles or raiders or anything else like that. Instead, it's a game about kind of just planning and building quietly and enjoying your creation as you work your way toward a goal. So anyways, if you wanted to get this game, I have a link for you down below, but let's do our first impressions first and foremost and find out if it's something that you wanted to add to the old wish list. Let's go new game right here. All right. I'm pretty sure I already did the tutorial, so I already know what I'm doing there. But we'll just start. Ooh, a hard starting desert, huh? That doesn't look like it can be activated or deactivated. Wonder what that does. Huh. I don't know. I played through the tutorial and I got the rough idea of what the game was gunning for, so I figured we'll probably be fine, playing on through it. I know people don't like it when I leave the tutorial in, and so if it's got a separate standalone tutorial, I usually try to play it before we do the impressions. It's a fine line to walk, maintaining a first impressions kind of blind playthrough while at the same time knowing a little bit of what you're doing. So apparently there's a stasis box right there. What does that do? It's got preserved objects? Okay. So this entire game seems to function around the building of roads and the acquisition of objects. And so this is a transmogrifier right here. We can take 15 wood, feed that into it, and it'll give us 5 tools. For now, we've got 16 tools up at the top. We've got 20 wood starting on out. Looks like we've got 2 stone, which is not very much. We've got ourselves 60 potatoes that are stored. None of them are reserved for use, so we don't have to worry about that too much. We also have other resources on this side that we can play around with. That can probably go away for now. I don't think it really matters altogether that much. Production resources. Doesn't look like we have a whole lot going on right there. We also have this big menu right here we can open on up that'll tell us our full production of everything. But for now, what we need to do is I think we need to find people a place to live where they'll be satisfied to exist. So let's start out and we'll build our first road, and we'll kind of just run it down that way. Yeah, doesn't really cost us anything to do roads, and so I think it's a smart choice. I think it's a solid play to get some roads rocking. So there we go. We have roads a-rocking now. People are going to want places to live. That's going to be the other part that we kind of want to get down on, but it's going to cost us a little bit of wood in order to get that going. We have 3 peeps right now, but we have no available housing, so let's go ahead and knock out some houses, shall we? I think I'll probably go right there, and I think right there. You can live right next to whatever this Dexter's Laboratory looking equipment is. Apparently, it is ancient technology for green. So I guess it'll probably help us farm or do better somehow that way. I'll probably do a little offshoot road right here so that we can pick that up at some point. That way we can build right there, but we can also pick that up because I think it needs to be connected to a road before we're going to be able to acquire it for ourselves. Looks like it's a normal priority, so I assume they will grab it all by their lonesome. Oh, cool. Well, each house apparently provides us with... How does that work? 8 is not divisible by 3. Huh. Okay. Maybe it's counting our shelter. So maybe it actually gave us 6 houses and our shelter counted for 2. But didn't it say 0 just a second ago? Interesting. I am very, very interested in this. So it looks like 2 people live inside of there. 2 people live inside of there. 3 people live inside of that one. That one's got an empty slot right there. Interesting. Maybe the houses are somewhat randomized with regards to their space. So we got 2 3s and a 2, maybe? I don't know. The next thing I'm going to need is a water supply, though. I can virtually promise you that. And so I think we should put in a water supply right there. There we go. We have our water supply. I'd also like to mash in a road that just kind of runs back to there so we can make use of all of this space. There you go. Build me a well. Providing people with water seems like a really, really satisfying way to go about our business. Yeah, so maybe... Oh, it's got a little bonus right there, I guess? Oh, it's because they're next to each other. It makes more sense now. So adjacent houses get a bonus to the amount of people that can live inside of them. Oh, okay. I was going to say, because 8 is not divisible by 3, I was using my big brain right there to think to myself, like, something is happening. Something might be awry. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. We just had to break out the old big brain for a second. We can make ourselves some farming. I don't know if I want to do farming just yet. I think I'm going to continue to spiral off roads over here, though, maybe, so that I can make use of some of this area. Did they pick up this technology right here? Like, how do I tell them to pick up this technology? Like, what if I want it? So we have a library that'll allow us to research new inventions from our knowledge of the ancients. So I guess that might be a way that we do this. Over here we have a wood choppery, and I see a lot of trees down in this area. So I think having a wood choppery right here might be a really, really good plan. So let's go deploy that. They'll go ahead and start chopping down some of these trees that are over on the side there. Alright, and so we got that done. It appears as though we're actually getting more tools. I don't know if they're just making those all by themselves or like what, but they're like doing their thing. We are chopping down trees over here, which is pretty cool. So it looks like they take logs back to here, and then they just shove them on in there, and then it looks like they turn them into wood. So how many woods do they get out from, like, one of the logs? It looks like it's just like a one-for-one trade. My guess is that we're probably going to have to move this around a little bit. I wonder if they'll over-chop these, like if they'll kill this entire area off. Oh, it regenerates. Very nice. I love how it's got like a visual style that denotes exactly what's happening, so that if you're unfamiliar with the game and you're just kind of looking at it for the first time, these meters and things instantaneously tell you what's happening. They don't leave anything up to your imagination. It's just like abundantly obvious what's taking place. Food appears to be going down right now. Yeah, we've gone down by about 24 potatoes. So I think we should probably add more potato farm, so that potato inputs are much better quantified. Let's go potato farm. We put one like right here. We put potato farm right there. Hopefully that is enough potato for vodka. Also enough potato so that we make stroganoff. I don't know if stroganoff has potatoes in it. Does stroganoff have potatoes in it? I don't know. I have physically no. We can make au gratin. There we go. I knew we'd come up with something. Apparently at some point I can get up there and I can get to that rusting hulk and I can take that iron ore. I wonder if we build ladders or something that go up there, if we just like bulldoze these stones. Huh. No. We are going to need to bulldoze some trees or something, I think. Maybe. I mean, it looks like the forests regenerate pretty rapidly. So let's maybe bulldoze a couple of forests down here. These are all neighboring. What we're doing here is these forests can sometimes obstruct you from being able to see resources that are hidden underneath them. And so it's also taking up useful building space. And so I'm looking for resources around here that maybe we'd be able to get our hands on in order to be a tad more efficient. Unfortunately, I am a scrub lord, and so we didn't really get anything out of there. So this building is active. I wanted to see if maybe they bring some of it back to town, but thus far, I'm not convinced. It looks like we're producing potatoes over here. That's a really, really good thing. We're up to 44 right now. Very nice. So potatoes everywhere. If we have ourselves some stone and we have actually, it looks like we got a couple of stone from knocking down the forests. So I think maybe, oh, there's a resource cache right there too. So I wonder how we get them to bring those back a little bit more aggressively. Our water supply actually appears to be going downwards. Oh, you don't want it to be touching nearby accommodations, so that's got to be like by itself out there if you really want it to produce. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind for future wells. So I guess the well, what does this do right here? Does this get any bonuses for being like next to or away from something else? Doesn't look like it to me. I'm sure it's fine. Alright, well, let's do the little science building then. I mean, we've got an explorer set too, so finds knowledge. Oh, so these guys are probably the guys that bring back our stoof. Makes sense. Okay, let's put an explorer right there. These guys are full up and no one is hauling their stuff. Maybe we should think about getting a few more houses and like making our place a little bit more populated. Maybe that would be the play. Yeah, let's do it. I'll put in a little house right there. Put in a little house right there. Maybe a little housing action right there. Those are all adjacent to one another, so they should get like fat bonuses for doing what they do. We'll keep an eye on our water expenditures and also on our food expenditures as time goes along. Keep an eye on those numbers. See if they creep upwards or if they creep downwards. Depending on the trend, we'll decide. Oh my god, so you definitely want to build these in like little triads and triplets and whatnot. You get a lot more mileage out of them, to the extent that I actually think it might be worth it to bulldoze all of this and then reconsider building it over on this side to be a little bit better organized possibly. Or just build it adjacent along this road right here. Something to think about anyways. How are we doing with our little explorer's hut down here? Did that ever get built? So we've got an explorer's hut. It's got a couple of workers. He's relaxing at home. This guy is now exploring. So they find old knowledge in piles of stuff. So they bring back all these piles of refuse, and then they process it into what looks like some kind of research allocation, I guess. So we can probably put that right there. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We'll build a little researching place. I'm actually pretty happy. I think there's not enough, like, casual city builders around. Like, I think there's way too many city builders that, like, don't really care about the building portion of it. They care about road efficiency, and they care about production efficiency, and they care about, you know, you moving resource chains from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. I kind of like the fact that there are still city builders out there that are just, like, supposed to be fun. You know, like, you're just supposed to, like, play them. You're supposed to play them. You're supposed to, you know, just have a good time watching your civilization grow and kind of sprawl out. It's what I always liked about Banished. That's why I always felt like Banished was one of the more perfect city builders, is because it's one of the few of them that actually managed to strike like a nice balance in between like production chains and stuff like that, and like resource allocations and making sure you're not over chopping trees, and also just like building how you wanted to and just kind of like building stuff around, you know, and like making mistakes or whatever. Not enough peeps available for all posts. Well, what job is taking up all of these peeps right here? Because I really do feel as though... So 2, we got 1, we got 1, we got 2, we got 2. I really do feel like we should have enough people around here to make this happen. I don't know. But either way, we're running out of food right now. Apparently they're having some kind of like jam session inside of here. And they're like really, really enjoying themselves. Like they're actually like killing it right now. They're having a good time with it. Alright, so my little peeps are working again. However, we have, like, nobody that's working on any of that. Can I, like, fire these guys right here? Like, can I set up, like, specific chain... Can I decide specifically who works and who does not? Because I think abandoning the farms in order to go do research is a really bad plan. Like, I think you're going to regret that decision. I sincerely do. Let's make that a low priority. Or maybe even, let's just pause it, so that nobody's messing with it for right now. Get our workers back. You guys are like farmers. It does look like it got better in the morning. That kind of worried me. I do want to sort of like stay here and watch and see how many people are still doing stuff though. Alright, so less people idle to there we go. Okay, so I guess they just don't work at night. That makes sense. Human beings need to sleep. Sleeping is good. Or maybe they all just took their rest break like simultaneously. I don't really honestly know. It seems like it could have swung either way. I think we're going to need another potato farm, though. Like another 1-2 potato farms, possibly. So we'll build one up over there. It looks like we're going through potatoes at a pretty massively gnarly rate. I need some more stone if we're going to be able to get to the bottom. I may have overexpanded. That might be a possibility of something that I overdid. Did we get any stone over here? We did. We got 3 stone from those forests. Unfortunately, I bulldozed my only forest, so we're going to need to disassemble this guy too and move him somewhere else. That's okay. It's alright. Still got trees over here, so it'll be fine. Put a wood chopper right there, and then now that we have more stone, I can make another well, which was kind of a problem that we were dealing with, so there's another well right there. Water appears to be recovering a little bit. Potatoes seem to be doing better now that we have 3 potato farms. So that's really, really good. I don't know if I can, like, upgrade these. Huh, you need the irrigation technology. Oh, apparently the buildings have little internal upgrades and stuff, too. That's really awesome. I like that. But yeah, these should be like high priority. You guys should be making food before like everything else. All right. I'm not trying to be a stickler here. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But I do think that it's a really, really good idea that we have food and water before we start worrying about other things. Okay. Over here, we have what appears to be technology. So we can get warehousing, which allows us to create warehouses to store our extra resources. We can get gardening, which allows us to have vegetable fields and orchards, which will give us vegetables and fruits. We can get an elevator, which allows us to move up on Z levels, so that's pretty cool. We can also repair ancient buildings using that right there. Well, let's get the warehouse. Does it take time? Oh, it does. Do I queue these? Okay, yeah, queue them up. We'll take all 3 of those. Sounds good to me. Hopefully the explorers continue to like pick up some of this extra stuff that's laying around. I like that system though, how like you don't necessarily just take the object to the place where the research is done. Your explorers go, they pick that up, and then they convert it into research points or research materials, which they then take to the university, and then the university people analyze it. Like, I dig that. That's kind of a cool little production chain that's kind of fun. Probably build a warehouse back over here, like behind this or something, with this newfound space that we've got for ourselves. There's a ruined ship right there. Apparently we can repair it. Maybe we can go on voyages. I know we can go in between different planets and things, and so like this game expands from you like starting out, you know, making farms and whatnot, to sailing the open seas, to also being able to fly through the skies and find new planets to colonize. And so I'm interested to see the breadth of like how far this all goes. So we have gardens now. So it grows a variety of vegetables. Eating vegetables will make peeps happier than eating potatoes. Okay? All right. It looks like we can also make a warehouse, which I think is probably a really good place to start, too. So let's put a warehouse in. Oh, it takes 2 slots. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and put one in. I want to see how this thing goes. It looks like it's going to be a pretty considerable construction project, so I'll save this for another house right here so that we can get the bonus on both those houses too. What's up with my peeps? So we got 11 people idle right now. Well, warehousing is going to be done in just a minute, so don't you stress about that. Alright, so we've got resources we can collect here. Yeah, go get that. Go get that. Go get tools. Go get stone. Like, really, just throw everything you can inside of there, in all fairness. I don't see any reason not to. If this allows us to store and have, like, a higher cap on the amount of objects that we can keep inside of our society, then I'm with it. Like, I'll definitely build another one, too, if it turns out that way. It looks like there's a ruined generator over here. We can repair it, maybe, if we had 2 wood and some tools. But it looks like we're kind of running low on tools right now. Have somebody come over here and make us some more tools, maybe. It looks like we can trade 15 wood for 5 tools, and I think that's probably a good idea considering we have a variety of woods around that we're able to collect, but we're a little bit low on tools for right now. Like, it's probably going to take them a little bit in order to get that all stocked up, but 5 tools would be great, so just make me a batch of 5 tools, please. Whoa, okay, that was crazy. I'm not exactly sure what that was right there, but it was a little wild. It fired a giant death laser. Apparently, creating yourself a pickaxe, some claw hammers, and some general purpose like hacksaws and things, it requires the discharge of an extraplanetary death ray. It's the only fun way to make simple tools from ancient times, alright? How's our food looking? You looking good on food? Food production looks alright. I'm thinking about getting rid of these and turning them into gardens. I was hoping maybe there would just be like a sideways or like a linear upgrade system where I could take this building and just turn it into the type of field that I wanted it to be. But I think we should keep 1 potato farm, and then I think we should demolish 2 of these. So we'll just get those out of the way. And then we'll go back into the food menu, and we've got a tea field. Okay. Let's make the vegetable fields first. I think that's probably our best plan. So make the vegetable fields. The tea is kind of like a secondary thing that I'm not that concerned about right now. I do think we should take a road and run it this way, but that would actually require me to chop down one of these forests. And I don't know that I want to. I guess I could probably not. Like, he's got so much forest over here that I could probably do away with that forest right there, but I don't know. These guys are ready to go. We got more research rocking. So we've got mining. We've got metal work. Yeah, do it. Queue all this stuff up. Get it done. Let's burn down this tech tree. Let's do it. The elevator will actually be installed right here that'll allow us to get to this top portion. And then I think we should be able to mine all these buildings, I guess, that are up here for concrete. That'll be nice. Sort of excited about it. So we've got like full-on veggies over here now. Oh, look at that. And he's got like a little wheelbarrow that he's using to collect things. Nice. I like it. I dig it. How are our people doing right now? I think people are just idle right now because it's nighttime. I think they're all going back to sleep or whatever. Or having like their little social calls and functions and whatever it is that they're doing. If I put a road right there, I could actually put a 4th house in right there and we get like a fat bonus. I think it's not too bad of a plan. That ruined generator right there, I'm interested to see once we make it up to the electrical age too, how that's going to help us out. So that's trending down, that's trending up, water's good. Okay. We seem to be mostly kind of at the same numbers right now. My warehousers, killing it. I love little details, like when the fruits grow, there's actually the number of vegetables. So like when he has one vegetable right here, it actually like shows up on the crop. And so you can tell how many things are in storage waiting to be hauled by how full the crop is. I like that. It's real, real nice. It's real, real nice, chat. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think I'm going to bulldoze this right here. And then we'll just cut down this way. He's got 3 forests. Unless it has to be connected by a road. If it has to be connected by a road, this is going to backfire on me horribly. But if it doesn't have to be connected by a road for him to go get the wood, we're good. So he gets a minus 10% for a domicile being next to it. Oh, they're partying again over here. Apparently my peeps are like super happy about the way things are going because it has been a non-stop party inside that pad. Then again, I figure you're trapped underground for a long period of time. Just, you know, doing post-apocalyptic guy stuff. Just being bored and staring at plumbing fixtures for the last year or two. There's no storage space. Is there really no storage space? Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do about that. Oh, nice. We have an iron smelter, and we have a toolsmith. Cool. We also have the elevator right there. Okay. Well, let's put in a warehouse right there. I'm going to keep all my warehousing kind of on that side. Once I feel like we no longer have, like, stand-arounds, like layabouts, roustabouts, people that aren't doing anything, that's the point at which I'll start fiddling with stuff. Actually, the tech tree looks kind of slim for right now. Maybe we got to unlock some other stuff in order to get there. How hard is it to rebuild this boat, by the way? So it takes 25 wood. It takes a whole bunch of food. It takes a whole bunch of water. And then apparently we got to connect that to a road, too. And then we'll be able to go out and, like, do some exploratory stuff. Wipe out those forests over there for me, would you? Get rid of that one, too. There you go. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Some of your people are too hungry to work. Is it really bad? Doesn't look that bad. I feel like we're okay. Why are they not eating? We should definitely go and eat. I feel like eating is a really satisfying, important part of human existence. Just my opinion. I mean, you don't have to quote me on it, but, like, I feel like it's a good idea. Let's make some more tools real fast, too, since we don't have access to the iron smelter yet. Looks like we're getting a little bit low, and I think every time we build a farm or something, it's costing us tools, so... yeah, you guys can just store whatever. That means I can take food off of there, and we can keep this one for trade resources, and this one will be like our granary. It's probably a good plan. Because what that does is it accomplishes, it splits the labor force on hauling into 2 different parties. We could just enable everything on all warehouses, but I sort of feel like doing it the way that I did it will actually net gain us a little bit of productivity. So cycle through peeps with nothing to do right now. Jim is unemployed, so we got 4 idle people. That means we still got space for other stuff, and we just got 5 more tools. So we've got a quarry right there. We are going to need some stone pretty soon. I think I'm going to focus on the food situation, though, first. I think the food situation. We're going to do a tea field right there. We'll do a veggie field right there. And we'll do another dirter farm right there. And that should be the majority of my idle people at this point, I think. I don't think we're going to have too many more idle people sitting around, so I'm going to have to expand my housing before we get much further. All right. Well, I mean, I'm really, really liking the game. This is pretty fun. It's called Before We Leave. If you guys like the title, you can check it out. It's on Epic. So this is an Epic release for a little bit. I don't know if they're planning on doing a Steam release down the line. Normally with the Epic deals, like it's usually like the first year or something like that. And then after that, you know, it releases to Steam or whatever. I know some people are different fans of different platforms or whatever nowadays. But that's where this one's at. It's over on Epic. I will see you all later. Just be aware that if you do buy this game through the link that I give you down below, that's an affiliate link, effectively. And so it does support the channel. I like to be upfront about that. But it's a pretty fun little game. I like casual city builders. I've always been a fan of little casual city builders. I'm excited to, actually, the exploration is what I really want to see. I want to rebuild the boat, and I want to, like, sail to other islands and do fun stuff like that. But, you know, maybe that's for another time. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a like on it. Lets me know who's engaged with what and who likes what series. Aside from that, you can also check out the Discord and the Twitch TV links down below where I stream. I'd love to have you. And then I'll have something for you hot and fresh off the indie skillet tomorrow, I guess. Bye, everybody.